Folks, this is OC from Digital Adventures. We've got another great project for you today. This project is called Maze Game. And what we have is we have a player sprite, we have a start sprite, and then we have some backdrops in here. So if we look at our backdrops, this is going to be level 1 and level 2. So first, I want to show you how this works. So let me click on full screen. We're going to click on the green flag. And what's going to happen is we try to navigate through this maze without hitting any of the sides. And so when we do that, if we hit a side, it resets us to the start. And what we want to do is we want to try to get through this game and have it rotate to the next level so we can see what that looks like. So we get over here to the next level, and then it switches to level 2. Same thing here, we go around. And so what we're going to do is we're going to learn to create some character controls. We're going to learn how to use color as a boundary condition. And so let's go ahead and get to this final level, and we're going to close out of here and we're going to go into the code. We're going to start off with the code for the player. So we're going to stop this. Let's clear out this existing code so we can build this from scratch. Like before, what we're going to do is we're going to make some character controls. So for our player, we want to be able to move up, down, left, and right. So we're going to start off with is events. We're going to get ourselves 4 when green flag clicked. And so with these when green flag clicked, what we're going to do is we're going to get some forever loops. So 2, 3, 4 forever loops. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put if-then conditional statements inside of each one of these. And so what this is going to allow us to do is going to allow us to program in that up, down, left, right. And so what we want to do is we want to sense for whether or not a key space has been pressed. So we're going to grab 1, 2, 3, 4. And for the first one, what we're going to do is we're going to do the left arrow. We're going to change the second one to the right arrow. And then we're going to change the next one to the up arrow. And the final one to the down arrow. And so what we're going to put inside of these is we're going to go into motion. And what we want for that left arrow is we're going to have a change x by. We're going to have this change x by -5 so that it moves to the left. Then we're going to get another change x by for the right arrow, and we're going to have it change by 5. Then what we're going to do is we're going to grab ourselves a change y by for the up arrow. The up arrow, we're going to have it change by 5, and then the down arrow, we're going to have it change by a -5. And so now we've got our character controls program. The next thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that when the green flag is clicked, that our player always goes to that starting sprite. So what we're going to do is in motion, instead of it being go to random position, we're going to have it go to start. And then what we're going to do within looks is we're going to always make sure that it switches to the backdrop at level 1 so that we always start at the first level when we begin our game. Next, we're going to program in our boundary conditions. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into events. We're going to get ourselves a when green flag clicked. We're going to get ourselves 2 forever loops, or 1 forever loop, sorry. And then we're going to put 2 if-then conditional statements inside of that forever loop. And so now what we're going to do is we want to be able to sense whether or not we're touching a color. So we're going to grab this first one here. We're going to click on that, the color, and then we're going to click on this paint dropper tool. And what we want to do is we want to highlight the blue that is our walls in our maze. So once we grab that, that one's locked in. And what we want to do is if we hit a wall, what we want to do is we want to send it back to the start. So we're going to grab that go to start. And this is going to reset us if we happen to hit that. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go back into sensing. We're going to get ourselves another touching color. We're going to click on this. We're going to click on that paint dropper tool. And we're going to make sure that we grab that finishing point. So we grab that there, and then similar to before, we actually want it to go back to the start when we click on the pink. But in addition to that, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're broadcasting a message. And so what we want to do is we want to broadcast it to always go to whatever the next level is. So once we have that, we have our character controls. We have it starting at the right spot, and we have it always on level 1. And then what we have it broadcasting. There's actually no code for the starting point. So what we're going to do finally is that there's a little bit of code for the backdrops. And so what we're going to do is with any events, what we're going to do is say, when I receive that message from the hero, that I want to go to the next level, what do? So when I receive the next level, I click on looks, and what I want to do is I want to go to whatever the next backdrop is. This will allow us to build multiple levels in this game. So let's click on full screen. Let's make sure we got this right. So first we want to test whether or not the boundary condition for the wall is met. Yep, when we hit the wall, we go back to the beginning. And then what we're going to want to do is we want to check that our boundary condition is met for when we hit the pink or out in line. So we do that there. Yep, we get that. Let's make sure that it works on both levels. Yep, it resets us. One more reset. And then let's get ourselves to that finish line without hitting any of the walls. And obviously with this one, you can make a bunch of different levels. Depending on the amount of time that you have, you can make them more and more complicated. And so let's go ahead and finish. So I hope you all enjoyed this project. This is a cool way to use boundary conditions based on color. It also allows us to practice utilizing character controls and how do we broadcast messages to different parts of the game. So hope you all enjoy it. See you next time. Thank you so much.